Hey man.
Hey man.
Hey man.
Hey man.
Are you tired? You look tired, brother. You all right?
Huh?
All right. This
Was that a sniffle?
it was a sniffle.
Are you sniffling?
Yeah, I woke up with a little bit of a cold.
You should blow your nose.
I don't do that. I've only blown my nose once. I don't like the way it sounds. I don't like the way it feels. I'll never blow my nose again. Let me just clarify. I have snot rocketed a nostril at a time. But
That's blowing your nose.
when I'm on a plane, no, that noise makes me fucking. When I'm on a plane, someone blows their nose behind me, I want to fly into a fit of rage. I don't know why. Dude, you know noises get me. People chewing, slurping, that noise, and blowing noses. Dude. When I'm in a movie theater and someone next to me is eating popcorn.
You mean doing regular movie theater things?
Yeah, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying for me, the noise, I can't stand hearing people eat, or a fork against the teeth.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah, I'm not saying anyone's doing anything wrong, dude. It's my own deals. I'm not saying that people should stop eating.
How do you go anywhere?
You notice I have my headphones in a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's your flavor of autism.
It's just, I'm not saying other people need to change and they need to stop chewing around me. From here on out, everyone blends their food and drinks through straws.
You hate that too, though, because you don't like the swallowing sound.
Yeah, but why you gotta swallow like you're downing, I don't know what.
Because you got to take a big gulp.
Yeah, but why does it have to sound like that?
Some people, it's just how they swallow.
Okay, well, then that's why I have my headphones in. I don't know why you are coming at me like I'm saying anyone's doing anything wrong. I'm just saying it's my thing, dude. I have auditory issues. It's one of the reasons I'm kind of happy I'm going deaf, because I can watch you chew and sometimes I can't hear it, especially out of my left ear. My left ear, dude, it's 50-50. 50-50.
Fair enough.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Hey Man. I'm Josh.
I'm Jacob.
What's going on, dude?
Not much. Feeling kind of mentally checked out today.
Yeah, dude, I can just tell your energy is a little low ski.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah. And what do you need from me? You know what I find?
You know what I usually need from you when I'm in this mood is not what we're about to do right now.
Which is what?
Well, it's because you're just going to try and fuck with me to make me feel better.
No.
Yeah.
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 But I'm not going to fuck with
you. That's why you just flipped me off and went bing, bing, bing 17,000 times before the podcast started.
Yeah, I was just trying to get a reaction out of you.
Yeah, I know.
And you, in your no reaction, told me that you were not in the mood to be trifled with today.
Nah, I don't know. I'm mentally checked out right now, man. I'm just, I don't know. I feel like I'm hitting a wall.
You know what I find helps if you really want to get a jolt of energy?
Hold on. Can I take a guess at what you're going to say?
Sure.
Is this going to be like you're actually saying something like a real, is this going to be a real tip, or is it going to be you making a joke of something?
I think both. So do you want to guess?
No.
I honestly, dude, if I want to get just a little bit of jolt, I yank a couple pubes. Dude, it hurts, but it wakes me up. Makes me ready for the fucking day.
Okay. Time out.
If you yank just a couple on your nutsack, dude, I'm telling you right now, you want to forget coffee, forget your Celsius. You want a little bit of energy? Yank a couple hairs off your nutsack. You are awake, Jack.
I don't need to be more awake. That's not what I need.
Alert, too.
Oh, I'm awake and alert, but mentally checked out is different than that.
Too, but your pains, like the adrenaline pump and all that stuff rushes to your brain.
What do you do on your free time that I don't know about?
Clearly, I rip pubes out.
You don't actually do that.
I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
I absolutely.
No shot.
Yank pubes?
0 chance.
100%.
Next time you do it, send me a picture of the pubes you yank out.
Okay.
That's what I want to know.
Okay. Will do.
That is.
You want pictures of my nut hairs? I will send them.
Okay. I want a picture of the nut hairs in your hand, not a picture of the hair on your nuts. Does that make sense?
I'm not sending you a picture of my nuts. I mean, not again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, yeah, I just wanted to clarify that because I know you're twisted ass.
No, dude, I would never do that. How about crazy was that video I showed you and Lee this weekend?
That was pretty funny.
Yo, it was just a naked dude and a naked woman
I think it was like a porn shoot.
taking turns, naked, guys, naked. And she was way bigger than him.
Yeah.
And they were just taking turns, 100% naked, barefoot, kicking each other in the genitalia.
Yeah.
Dude, I have never seen anyone kicked in the bare vagina like that in my entire life. It made a noise I don't think I was expecting.
It's the exact sound I would expect.
It's
skin on skin. It's that slap sound.
Yeah, but it was
like a pop.
But yeah, it had a little pop because there was a little air
Well, 'cause
exchange
there's a little
too.
suction right
Yeah,
there.
it was
between
like
the
a
thighs.
yeah. I was hoping his foot was gonna kind of make that noise,
What? Wait, what?
like like it when you have to pull something out of something, just like that. But why, when she kicked him, did he get a boner? Oh, that's what I
I
wanted.
feel like
to
he
know.
had a boner prior.
What?
I think he was excited about getting kicked in the nuts.
Yeah, dude,
And he's a masochist. That's what that is. People
Yo.
like pain.
To get kicked in the nuts and not lose your boner. I don't even know if that's a skill I want.
I don't think it's a skill a lot of people have.
I don't even know if I would call it a skill.
I would call it a kink.
A kink?
Yeah, because some people are masochists. They like
Yeah.
pain. Some people like to be berated with insults.
I get it.
and stuff like that. So
I get it.
sometimes pain or emotional pain gives people
Yeah,
erection.
physical pain was never my thing.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not trying to get kicked in the nuts by my partner, but I'm not mad at it. I'm not going to go into my sex life with you, but I'm not. Yeah, a little bit of pain never hurt nobody.
Nah, dude, I don't need to get slapped or pinched or punched or.
Okay, who punches and pinches during sex?
Why do you think that's so weird after we watched the video of him getting kicked full foot in
because
the nuts?
they weren't having sex when he got kicked.
That was, you don't think people get slapped during sex?
No, I'm not. Okay, slapped and kicked. We're picking different words.
Hard to kick somebody when you're having sex with them, dude.
That's what I said.
That's what I said. I said slapped, punched, pinched. I didn't say kicked.
Yeah, who's getting punched during sex?
You don't think anyone gets punched during sex?
Closed fist punched?
For 1,000%, if you went on Pornhub,
I was gonna say that was the crazy first website you chose.
porn?
Yeah,
Why? Is that not a thing anymore?
no, it is. It's just not the most popular. I just figured you would pick the easy one.
I mean, you're critiquing the porn site? You are in a mood today.
As a generational, I am. Yes. Yes, I am.
Yeah, you're in a mood today. Here's how I can tell you're in a mood. Here's how I can tell when you're in a mood. Because almost when you're in a mood, almost without fail, if I bring something up, you got a little bit of a critique to it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's how I can tell. Like
Let me
you're.
critique that part real quick though. It's not true.
Okay. By the
Who's
way,
punching during sex? We're still on that.
just Google guy gets punched during sex. Matt, will you? No.
No. We don't need to do that
I'll
together.
do it.
No, we don't need to do that together. right
Okay,
now.
I'm just saying for sure. I've never seen it, but for sure, there's every kink, dude. Every
I'm
kink.
very well aware of that.
Okay, so guy getting punched. You think that's where people are drawing the line?
At DV, maybe.
Driver vehicle. DV. It's not. Oh, domestic violence.
There you go.
Yo, dude, people. It's not DV if people
If
are
it's
having consensual sex.
It's consensual. Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
that's true.
Let me bring something up before I want to bring up this first topic, by the way. This is the difference between me and you. Remember I told you something would be funny?
Yeah.
And you were like, that's not funny.
Well, I didn't say it wasn't funny. I just said it probably wasn't the right thing.
To joke about.
Yeah, well, also, you got to understand before we get into that, you got to understand, you've done this for so much longer than I have.
Yeah.
You have built a reputation online to where people know these things about you, that if you say something, you know it's not going to be taken the wrong way.
Yeah.
But if my first clip online is
I didn't say that was your first
No,
clip.
but you know what I mean. I don't have the rapport as a stand-up comic yet to go out and saying what, in my opinion, is outlandish shit.
Yeah, but you are saying it about me. So by your theory, what I was talking about, guys, is I was talking about, I was like, it wouldn't be funny, dude, if anytime I turned and kind of raised my hand real quick, you flinched. Like, and you were like, nah, dude, joking about that's not funny. I'm like, yeah, but the joke would be that you were making me look bad in public.
But how would I do that as a kid? Like, what age are we talking about? We're talking about me at like
even right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the joke that, dude, the joke isn't that you flinch. The joke is that then I have to explain myself in public and you make me look like an asshole. We're not joking about domestic violence. It's like a prank on somebody.
Right. But the only reason I said that wouldn't have been funny is because we had literally just experienced. We were walking back.
Yeah, that was bad.
We were in the airport. We were walking from the airport. We had just paid the parking ticket. We were going to my car. As we were going to my car, there's a small kid, couldn't be more than 7 years old.
Agreed.
Walking with who I assume is his dad.
Yep.
The kid has his hood on.
Yep.
And as they're walking, the dad turns around and is like, yo, get over here, and grabs his arm. Or like goes to like grab his arm and snatch the hood off the kid's head. But as he reaches his hand back, the kid stopped and flinched. Like he was about to get hit. Like he knew what was happening.
Yeah, it was not good.
So that for me is the only because I think maybe you just said it also at a wrong point for me because I literally just watched a 7-year-old kid.
Yeah, that was real bad. But
flinch at his dad snatching his hood off of his fucking head in public and cussing at him in front of.
I don't know if he cussed at him, did he?
Yeah, he did. He said, "Get the fuck over here!" Snatch that hood off his head.
I didn't hear.
And the kid flinched like he was about to get struck in public.
There's no doubt that is terrible because that's real. But you fucking with me,
right? I think there are other ways we can get the fucking with you across because, like you said, that's real.
Yeah.
Right? So why I don't. That's a joke that I don't like personally.
Yeah, dude, I didn't push it once you said you didn't want to do it.
I know you didn't. I'm just explaining my side. As you just said, it's real. Yeah, that's exactly why I don't want to joke about it. Is because that shit is real and happening all the time. And it's not the first time I've seen something like that in public.
For sure. But there are terrible things that happen that you can still joke about.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I'll laugh at a good Holocaust joke.
Yep.
How much did the Holocaust?
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite one. How much does the Holocaust?
Yeah, that's fine. Sure.
Yeah.
We'll just have different. I have no problem hearing that joke either.
I'm with it. Okay. Let's move on.
Yeah, you want to test me about something else?
No, dude, you're testy enough.
Mm-hmm. Me and my testes are testy.
Yeah, dude. I mean, listen. Are you gonna be testy tonight on stage at Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club, where we do our Monday night residency every Monday here in Las Vegas?
I think this is my first show in like a month. At Kimmel's.
At Kimmel's for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. Like, I mean, if people in the audience try me, maybe, but I'm not really testy on stage. I'm only testy if people test me.
Testy?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I want to get into something today. I saw something in the news. It's a AI video of Donald Trump legit sucking Elon Musk's toes. It is so crazy how realistic it is. Also, how gross it is that he's stroking his foot as he's doing it. But it is so realistic. And they put it on the TVs in government buildings. They somehow figured out a way how to hack into them. And with the footage, long live the real king on there. I just want to talk about, first of all, AI real quick. But by the way, that is bananas. That is bananas. And even though, dude, whatever your opinion on this dude is, nobody deserves, look at that shit. Matt, look at that. And look
but it's so obviously fake.
But is it? I mean, it is.
Look, okay, hold on. Look at the mouth around the big toe. It's like clay. Like he's not even fully like.
Yeah.
The whole thing is so obviously fake.
Dude, it's not the point.
No, I mean, the point is for you because.
Stop being an asshole.
I'm not being an asshole.
Yes, you are being an asshole.
I'm not being an asshole.
Clearly, it's fake, dude. Point being, videos like this and AI, it's so realistic that we are in such a dangerous time. Like, this is not okay that this video is made and put out on TVs in government buildings. Like the fact that somebody from an undisclosed location in a warehouse somewhere could make a video. Now, this to me is satire, but could make a video that isn't satire, could make a video that changes policy or makes people think that something terrible is happening or that a group of people are against them or anything like that, or make a political figure say something that they would never say or say something inflammatory, is really fucking scary. Now, if we were just using AI to fuck with people, that's one thing. But even for me, dude, this is like crazy too far.
Define too far.
It's what do you mean?
I mean, I don't know, like all the other, so much other shit that are like that the deep fake in AI is being used for. Do you know what I mean? Like it's
like what? Tell me.
Like it's being used to try and blackmail celebrities. It's being used, like people are posting, like, you know, trying to post like deep fake, like nude photos of celebrities. Like, yeah, I mean,
all of it. Yeah. All of that stuff is completely disrespectful and too far. And goes, it's like Twitter. Twitter started out great, dude. Twitter started out great. AI, the idea of it starts out great to enhance our lives. But then it always, you can stop playing that.
Yeah, thank God. I was like, when can we get this off the screen?
It always metastasizes into something.
I don't know what that word means.
It always morphs into something nefarious.
I don't know what that word means either.
Bad, evil.
Come on, man. You got to use some words that I know.
I've been reading a lot.
Yeah, you know who doesn't read? This guy. Yeah.
But I
like how you used the word and then I was like, I don't know what that means. And then you just used another word that you knew I didn't know what it meant.
I have to tell you, I don't do a vocabulary check with you before the show.
No, but I think you have a pretty good general idea of the words and the do and don't know.
Well, nefarious maybe, because I think that was probably used in Austin Powers.
In what movie? Which one?
Maybe not. But
good job back in that source. Pretty sure it was using Austin Powers. Which one? Maybe not.
I am blown away by how, like that. Remember the fat suit one I sent that we were showing? You were like, "That's
AI." It's AI.
But I don't have the eye for it. Now, here's another thing, dude. Maybe stuff like this doesn't affect people 30, 20 and under, but people my age, our first thought doesn't go to that's fake. It's holy fuck. That's Trump sucking Elon Musk's toe.
The future is now, old man.
But so the danger in it, man, and the danger in the way they're using robots, and I'm really nervous that it will be in people's less interest to rely on actual people, to do things.
Like AI is going to be, what do you mean? Like relying on people to do less of what?
Anything, dude. Any thinking. I think it's dangerous, man, that people use AI so much to come up with speeches, to come up with, I know guys who come up with, they're looking for premises or jokes, but they're leaning on other things for their brains. Your brain is the most important part of your body, dude. And people who don't use it and don't utilize it, they become easier sheep. Yo, when you're not using your brain, there's no doubt in my mind you're easier to control.
Okay.
And so like it makes me really nervous that we're relying on chat GPT and things like that. Instead of, you remember, dude, your mom and I never let you look up words online. We always made you use the dictionary.
So stupid.
No, it wasn't.
Why? I go to dictionary.com.
Because everything doesn't need to happen that quickly. There is some benefits in taking the time to turn the page, to relax, to find the word and to read it. I will go down to my fucking grave believing.
What benefits.
That everything doesn't have to happen like that. That the patience it takes and the time it takes and the brain part it takes to fucking turn the page, look for it. Maybe you'll see another word. Maybe
But
you'll
that's
find
not
another
what-
word.
That's not what I'm looking for. And it's not a. Why does patience have to be a part of it? And fuck patience. I just want to know what the word means.
This is the whole
'Cause then
thing
I
you're
can-
with the phones, dude.
But
The
then
phones.
I can look it up. I can see synonyms. I can see antonyms on the computer.
Are
I can
you?
Yes. I can scroll down. It's right under synonyms for this word. So I'm like, oh, it's kind of like that, or it's kind of like that. Great. The dictionary doesn't give me jack shit with that.
The dictionary gives you patience and it gives you your brain is working for longer. It's not that quick. It's what I think.
Who cares?
Dude, it's what I think. I'm going to tell you something. I've been off of social media. Everybody, if I haven't been replying, I used to reply to everything and all messages. I am officially done. And not because of anything anyone's doing online and not because I don't like reading bad comments and I love connecting with you guys. But I have spent the last 5 or 6 days basically off of social media. I'll post. And I'll try every now and then to respond maybe to the first 3 comments. But when I post and I comment, I find myself scrolling. And when I find myself scrolling all the time, my mental drops. I haven't felt more present, more in my own shoes than I have over the last, maybe it started in New Zealand, last couple of days in New Zealand. So it's more than that, maybe like 10, 11 days. And what I'm going to do to replace the constant replying and to the messages and stuff like that is I'm going to probably do 1 or 2 lives a week where I just answer people's questions and talk to them and bring them on screen. But it's that constant dopamine hit, dude, of the computer. I need something now. Here's my information now. I need this soundbite. I need this quick thing. I need this. It is dopamine, and it's a dopamine spike every time you scroll. And for you who has some addictive behaviors, that, how long Saturday afternoon when we were back in the hotel room, how long did you scroll on your screen, you think?
Saturday after what?
After we got back in and I got that, let's talk about that thing.
Oh yeah, we have to talk about that thing on your back.
Yeah. But how long? Couple hours.
Probably.
Crazy to me. That's to me is a every 5-second dopamine hit. And then when it goes away and you're walking around in real life, your body is craving that. You now are just like training your body to get that quick hit every couple seconds. And I think it's bad, man. If I might go back to maybe 1 hour a week where I just reply, but I'll never go back to scrolling. I feel bad because I don't know what a lot of my friends are doing because everybody posts their life on social media, but I am putting my life and my happiness above all that other shit. And my feed right now is dogs. It's animals befriending weird animals.
Yeah. Sure.
Cats,
Sure.
And you know what I do? I like all the smoke. I love old basketball stories. I love hearing I love KG and Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
I love old basketball stories. For whatever reason, there's something about old basketball stories that I fucking love.
All right.
But it goes back to the dictionary thing. It was just something about sitting down and having to take a fucking deep breath and being like,
Waste of time. Waste of time.
I know you think so.
I know so. It was a waste of time.
How much time do you think it wasted?
Not a lot because I didn't look in the dictionary for fucking words. I eventually had a phone and then was like, I'm not even going to ask him what this word means. I'm just going to fucking Google it on my phone that's in my pocket.
Yeah.
So not as much time, but enough time.
Well, I think
time I'll never get back.
What do you use AI for?
I don't use AI.
You don't?
No. Has nobody ever seen the fucking Terminator?
Well, that's not AI, right? Is that
That's
AI?
artificial intelligence.
For the brain, yeah.
The robots that are using AI, the robots that you go talk to a robot at the Sphere here in Vegas, right? So if you go to that nature thing that they show, it's a 2-hour show, but the first hour prior, they set robots up in the lobby that you can go talk to. and they use AI to respond to you. They're using AI as what I would consider as their brain. And so they're using artificial intelligence with all the accumulated information, right or wrong, that's on the internet to formulate answers. So when you Google something now online, it says AI overview.
Yeah.
Half the time, the AI overview is wrong because it's taking wrong information off the internet and putting it there.
But why does that come up first?
Because they're trying to introduce AI into everything in today's day and age. And I think it's a terrible idea because it's gonna have to adapt. Artificial intelligence is going to adapt to how the world continues to move, to how information is released on the internet. That it's just bad. Like it's being used. And also I will say, like, I'll sound like a boomer here, but like I wasn't the most studious person of all time. But now, like, I wish AI was a thing when I was a kid. I would have just used ChatGPT to write every single fucking essay.
This is what I'm saying. This is why I am all for things being easier, but I am bummed out that people are not using their brain. When you don't use your brain, you make yourself easier to control. You're getting information in sound clips and sound bites, and they're writing headlines that feed the fear or feed that adrenaline, which increases that high and low.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're all into, these highs and lows. It's all about. And I am all in on this riding the wave. I am not on board with the highs and lows anymore at all, man. Listen, everybody, you don't get sucked into the highs and lows. This is how I think we get controlled. They feed into your fears, and they push and pull you emotionally. You know, it's crazy, man. Okay. I'm going to give you an example. So this is what I'm wearing right now. It is unisex. Okay.
Correct.
And I have a couple women's sweaters and women's coats. And people are like, "That isn't that women's?" I'm like, well, it's not a women's coat when I wear it, you know?
Yeah.
But I think this is a great example of how people push and pull you socially, right? Like, there's a lot of people who are like, women's clothing, guys are wearing women's clothing. You know, Chris Pine was wearing blouses and stuff. And I have a couple button downs, I guess would be blouses. But they're like, it's, you know, guys shouldn't be, it's the pussification of men. But if you just call it a kilt, it's okay.
Well, I don't.
But do you know what I'm saying?
Well,
Nobody's got a problem with which is a skirt, my man.
Right. But it's also part of somebody's culture.
I get this. But what I'm saying is that, so now we're just talking about rules in our brains. So if it's in your brain, you're like, no, it's okay for them to do it, but it's not okay for us to do it because over here it makes you a homo. What to say is it isn't part of this person's upbringing, this person's culture. See what I'm saying? It's just a quick shift in perspective that allows you to be like, that allows you to okay it with one group and not okay it with another. Dude, a kilt is a skirt. Yeah. A skirt is a kilt. Now you're just calling it different things, and you're saying it's okay for these dudes to wear it, but it's not okay for these dudes to. Just because one's plaid and one's got flowers on it. That's it, man. One's pleated, one isn't. One has some hairy nuts underneath it, one doesn't.
Well, the other one might.
Well, yeah. I'm assuming the one that is just wearing but I'm just saying, dude, it's kind of ridiculous on how that little perspective, you okay it. You know what I mean?
You talking about me, okay?
No. It just, that is so bananas to me. Kilt, skirt. But you get fed into, people are feeding into this guy shouldn't wear, oh, fuck cares? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
And so people are they're making you scared that things are happening. Nothing's happening.
What do you mean making people scared that things are happening? Like, what do you mean things are happening? That didn't make any sense.
Like, culturally, that if dudes start wearing skirts or dudes start wearing women's clothing, that this, you know, it's the downfall of whatever, right? Men are no longer men.
It's just evolution.
I don't know if it's evolution.
It's just adapting. Okay, adaptation. It's just people.
It's made up rules, dude. It's made up rules. What makes something a woman's clothes? What makes something women's clothing except that it's been labeled women's clothing? That's it. That's all. My point is that. That's what makes it women's clothing, is that somebody said women wear this and men wear this. Oh, except for men who live here can wear this. But men who live here can't wear this. It's made up. These are made up rules that make you assign something to somebody. That this dude wearing a kilt is just a tough Scotsman, and this dude wearing a skirt is just a homo. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. This
what I'm saying.
Okay.
So you're not using your brain with that, right? You're being manipulated into this is bad, but this is okay. And it's the same fucking thing. Now, these people have probably been wearing their kilts, and we call it a kilt, for much longer and for whatever cultural reasons they are. But at the end of the day, dude, it's still a dude in a skirt blowing a giant nutsack.
Well, on that topic, like I you know how like the older generations, like you and the boomers, are like, oh, this generation is too sensitive. Like the younger generations, like
yes, yeah,
you
are too sensitive.
I would say you guys are too sensitive.
I think everybody's sensitive, dude.
Wait. I think you guys are too sensitive.
About what?
Well, it's mostly your generation who, and more one side of the political spectrum than the other, that for some reason can't deal with the fact that some people want to transition genders. I'm not aiming this at you. I'm just aiming this at your generation.
Yep.
Like the fact that what they do that doesn't affect anyone hurts their feelings so much that they have to come out and openly just bash it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think a lot of that, honestly, has to do with fear and lack of education.
But fear of what?
Well, people are scared of what they don't know or don't understand. So if I have never met a transgender person, okay, and you just tell me, because if I had never met a transgender person and I'm a woman, and you tell me there's going to be a dude, I'm not saying they're dudes, but this is how it's being presented to them. There's a dude who's going to be wearing makeup and a skirt who's going to use your bathroom now. It's the boogeyman, dude. It's the boogeyman, because you have never met a transgender person. You've never done any research. And the idea that a transgender person is going to molest your kid. If you want your kid not to get molested, don't send them to church or family reunions.
Bingo.
I mean, that's family. I think statistically, family friends, family members, those are the people most likely to molest your kids, right? It's not transgender people, but we go back to fear, dude. That's not who people are telling these other people to be scared of. Who gives a fuck if some dude, and again, I'm just using that as they see it, some dude in a skirt reads to my kids. At least somebody's reading my kids. You're not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I get that.
But it's fear driven. When you talk to racists or people who were in the Klan, or
when are you talking to people that were in the Klan?
Hold on. Let me just finish. If you hear interviews with them, people who have switched over and are not racist anymore, all it took, and it was a lot, but for them to be introduced to other groups and realize, oh, okay. All that fear stuff, all that's not true. These people are not here to take my jobs, or these people aren't evil, or these people aren't whatever, right? It's just when you're fed it from a very young age, or you're not exposed to it. I'm not exposed to people in wherever, Russia. Well, Russia's not a good example now, but
terrible.
I'm not exposed to people in Iraq, right? But there was a time when all you thought about was, all those people are just really bad. They just want everybody over there, just wants America to die. And I can't imagine that's true, because I know everybody here, and I know they think everybody in America hates Iraq or Iraqis. Do you know what I mean? You're projecting what your government is telling you, or what the news is telling you about those people. And so I don't know anything about them, so they make me scared. Right?
Right.
So that's the same principle. Like, I would say a lot of these people have never met a transgender person. So they're just listening to their group talk about them.
Yeah.
And it is probably older.
It definitely is. It's just it's the lack of wanting to educate yourself. Like first old generation, they think that the way that they were raised is the way that it should be, and that and honestly, I think it's a little bit of hypocrisy because they want us to try and adapt to the way that they're like, this is what happened. We did this, and when we did this, but it's like I said it before, I'll say it again. The future is now. Like we are adapting with whatever comes our way and adjusting to it in our everyday life when the older generation refuses to. They refuse to even want to think about even the thought of there being more than just men and women.
Okay. I'll say this about that. You know, the pronouns and the multiple genders, you have to understand that, especially like for me, let's take pronouns, for example. It's not that I don't care what you want to be called. I actually do want to respect you. But 45 years of doing things one way, and you expect me to be able to change overnight, and you get offended when I don't, when I forget to say they or them. Because I honestly don't give a fuck. I think everybody should be able to be called whatever the fuck they want to be called. It's not up to me. If you want to be called they, them, if you want to be called Queen Hippo or, Sir Wrench, I don't give a fuck. But don't scream prejudice or hatred or bigotry if it's hard for me to remember that after 45 years. Because what I would say about your generation, dude, is that you give no leeway just because remember you, it was maybe last episode, I think you said something like, that it was closed-minded, something about that. Mm-hmm. But you go straight to racist or bigoted or prejudice. Here's the truth. It's not that they, them, that I don't want to respect you, Sir Wrench, Queen Hippopotamus, right? It's that for you, that's your number one priority. For me to remember that. For me, it's probably priority 50. Below taking care of my family. There's so many other things that for me in my life. So it's not that I don't want to do it. It's not that I don't respect it. But it's not at the top of my list to remember to call, and I would still say it's a minority of people, a different pronoun than I was raised that there were.
Yeah, but you're not closed off to the thought of trying to educate yourself. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's a lot of whatever percentage of the older generation is a lot of this is how we were raised. This is how it should be. We don't care about this, that, or the other. And it's a level of hypocrisy that my generation has to deal with.
I agree, dude.
Because as we move forward, we're the future of this country.
Yes.
All you old fucks don't have much say left. Not screaming at you, I'm screaming at whoever else, right?
And we got a couple years with money.
Yeah, sure. But you also now our whole economy is whatever, not your guys' fault, but like you guys people bought a house in the 70s for the price of a VCR, and now it's worth X amount of money.
Yeah.
So we're fucked. Like, the price of a VCR won't even get me a VCR.
What's a VCR?
I know what a VCR is. What are you talking about?
I know you were maybe the last group that had a little VCR in
Yeah. I had the orange Rugrat tape.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. But like it just like I think there is just a huge level of hypocrisy in the older generation when it comes to looking at us right now and how we're adapting to just how the world is coming at us and what we were left with.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I do.
It's just, we're working with what we got at this point. And there's just a level of not wanting to educate themselves on the younger generation in your generation.
I agree with that. And I agree that there is a lack of respect in general by some people. Again, it's not up to me or anyone else what you want to be called. It really isn't. And like, if you wanted to go, I was calling you Tommy your whole life and you wanted to go by Thomas. Okay. It's going to take me a second to adjust, but to straight up tell somebody, no, you're Tommy, I think is disrespectful. Same thing with pronouns. I don't understand I'm not doing that. that to me is completely dismissive and disrespectful. And I agree with you. I don't think there's any room for that because it's not up to me what you want to be called. Call you whatever the fuck you want. At the same time, two things can be true. It's not a personal affront if I forget to do it.
No, 100%.
So these two, like I said, I think I've been going back to this a couple of podcasts in a row. We keep forgetting that two things can be true at the same time.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
that's a fault on both sides.
But most issues right now, we are all or nothing people, and we're not allowing for two things to be true at the same time, which, guys, is how the world is. They're like, it's why when you hear the two parties argue, but this side this, but this side this. Yeah. And also sometimes both sides can be right with what they're arguing because they're cherry picking their part, the points that they want to get across. Mm-hmm. So two things can be true at the same time. So I do think that there's a little bit of hypocrisy with old people who demand respect but don't give it.
I hate that.
There definitely is.
The respect your elders thing, I think, is bullshit.
Now, in an Asian culture, they do it.
In a lot of cultures, they do.
Yeah.
Just because it is how they were raised. You should respect your elders in your family. I'm sure. But at the same time, like, I've seen things online where, we'll go back to that, where we'll talk about political views or just like religious views or whatever. An older person will say this or say one thing, and then the younger generation will be like, "No, I don't agree with that." And also, like, I don't have to follow that. I have free will. I have choice. And someone steps in and says, "Respect your elders." Fuck you. Like,
yeah,
respect is something that is earned.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, you don't just because you lived more life, and this is no shot at people who have served in the military, but just because you went and fought in World War II or fought in the war doesn't mean you deserve my respect.
Well, here's what I would say. I would say you deserve the respect for serving.
100%.
For serving and protecting our country. That doesn't necessarily mean there aren't bad people who do bad things that wear uniforms.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Two things can be true at the same time.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, yeah.
But just because you're in a uniform, like I'm probably going to catch some heat for this. I don't respect cops too much.
Yeah, but I think you're reading too many headlines.
No,
I think you're reading too many headlines. Like,
also, I had a personal experience.
Here's what I would say. Let me see if I can shape this for you a little bit. I respect them getting up every day and possibly knowing that this is the last day of their life and they're still deciding to go to work and do their job.
Sure.
That doesn't necessarily mean that everybody who wears the uniform deserves the respect by the way they do their job. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure. But I mean, like, sure, I can respect the fact that they get up going to work every day thinking that they may not come home. But just because you have a badge and just because you wear that uniform, like, that respect for me, again, it still has to be earned. Like, I've been pulled over one time here in Vegas and the cops pulled me over and I got out and talked to them and they were like, "Yeah, look, this is just all you got to do. Just make sure you do it and this and that." And I'm like, "Cool, respect." Like, I appreciate that. I was taking an SAT when I was 17 at Harvard Westlake.
Yeah.
I was with Evan Stevens, one of my best friends.
Yeah.
We walked outside. He goes into his backpack and gets some chapstick out and gets it. Cop pulls over on Coldwater Canyon, gets out and puts Evan against the wall and says, "Give me your bag. Let me search it." Unprovoked, completely. No one ever called, nothing. And Evan is the
nicest,
largest teddy bear. He is 6'4". He's a ginormous dude. He is the nicest man of all time. And two cops saw him reaching in his bag after we took an SAT. We're 17 years old and pulls over off their own time to just search him.
Dude, this is what I'm saying. There are people who wear uniforms. It includes nurses, doctors, whatever, the people who we generally automatically give some sort of respect to, that are not people who deserve our respect. I understand that, dude. But like, to generalize police in general, I just think that's a dangerous.
Sure.
It's a slippery slope, dude. It's a slippery slope it's like generalizing any group. If I generalized Asians, would you be okay with maybe if I was like, dude, can't trust Asians? You'd be like, what the fuck?
What?
Right? Because it's a group of people that you're just generalizing about.
It's a race. Cops are just.
It's a group of people.
Yeah, it's a group of people. Sure.
Okay.
But
I mean, and truthfully, you can't trust Asians. No.
I trust anybody more than I trust cops at this point, truthfully.
Yeah, you're Asian.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I just think the fact that some people are like, because I've lived more years on this earth and because I have more life experience that you automatically have to give me your respect.
Okay. I understand that. I think I would love for you to revisit the police generalization of not respecting cops. I would love for you to revisit that and do just a tiny little bit of deep dive and research, because for as many as, and there are some terrible videos of brutality and all that shit.
There was one that just got recently released.
I got it. But there's also so many of cops pulling over and just playing hoops with people in the street.
Sure. Yeah.
And, right. So what I'm saying is, although I don't think they're above the law or critique like some people do, I think everybody is worthy of critique and following the law.
Including those who enforce it.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
Especially.
Yeah.
They should actually be held to a higher standard. They should
be made immune.
They should be the fucking standard. This is how I think their job will be easier if the attitude that you have right now, which I think a lot of young kids have, wasn't there.
Well, maybe they should give us a reason to not have that.
This is what I'm saying. They should be the high. They should be held the highest.
But they're not.
Dude, because they're humans.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I'm fuck that reasoning.
No.
Because
meaning they're humans, meaning no matter what group, there's going to be good and bad.
Yeah, okay, sure. But maybe it's just what's on my feed or just what's on the internet, but there seems to be more videos of one side than the other.
Yeah, dude, because every time a cop does something good, nobody's putting it on the internet because love and compassion doesn't get as many clicks as fear and hate. Period.
Sure.
Dude, if I put up a headline, group gives group hug to homeless guy, or the video, did you see in LA of those kids on the bike
jumping that one dude in the middle of the street? Yeah, I saw that.
Which one's going to get more clicks?
Probably that one.
This is all I'm saying. That's why you don't see as many. It's just they aren't viral. This is my point of why I'm happier offline, because I'm not allowing these things to shape my views anymore. I refuse to, and now it's not like I'm not looking at news and looking at the world, but I refuse to let a computer decide what news I'm going to see. The algorithm decides for me. Fuck you. I'm going to decide for me what I see and what information I get.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. But that's what everybody does.
No. Some people just scroll on their feed.
Right. But the algorithm, whatever videos.
No, I get it.
That you know how the algorithm works?
I do. But but it doesn't support you jumping out of your echo chamber and looking at other people's point of views. For me, it's impossible to decide for me. It's impossible for me to decide what I truly think until I look at things that I think that I would agree with, and then look at things that I think I won't agree with. Because sometimes I look at the things that I didn't think I would agree with, and I'm like, oh, I had never thought of this. And then I look back at some other, right? I need to hear everything. If I'm in my algorithm, dude, I only hear the parts, because the algorithm feeds you what they think you want to agree with, what they think you will incite your whatever, you know?
Yeah. But it also, I guess that's true. I guess it's up to the person who's watching to do the rest of the research.
Yes.
I still think that trusting the internet the way that everybody does is dangerous.
Of course.
It goes in with the AI thing. Like,
Of course.
if we're just going to trust everything that we see online, we're fucked.
Yeah. Well, can I ask you another question real quick?
Sure.
And I could be wrong, but I feel like you're really hard on yourself.
Me?
Yeah.
Probably.
Why do you think you're so hard on yourself?
Mm.
Like I don't feel like you allow yourself a lot of leeway. I'm putting the word mistake in air quote, but I don't feel like you give yourself a lot of leeway for things like that. And
For things like what?
it's for mistakes.
Oh,
But I feel like you're really hard on yourself. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Probably because, I don't know.
Do you
I feel like I hold an expectation over my head that I don't ever meet. Like I set a bar for myself and I just never meet that bar. And so I'm setting myself up for failure.
yeah.
I think is what it is.
Does negative self-talk go along with that?
It's just setting the bar and knowing that I didn't do it. I don't know. Maybe it's a fucked up way of me trying to motivate myself to hit that bar. But then when I never hit that bar, I don't get motivated. I just get defeated.
Yeah. It seems like what would happen if you set the bar a little lower and then exceeded it?
I do that.
Do you know what I mean?
I do that with some things. I set the bar low so that I can exceed my expectations on some things. But I also know that for me, in some certain aspects, the bar is already set kind of high. And I feel like I need to jump that high. And I don't want to not hit expectations, like especially on stage.
But I think
On stage, the expectation is I'm going to be funny.
yes. But I think you do two things that are tough to work in concert with. You set the expectation super high, but you a lot of times don't make the difficult choice, which would help lead to meeting those expectations.
Yeah. The difficult choice scares me
Yeah.
because I'm trying to think of difficult choices I've made in my life. And I feel like most of the time, those difficult choices have been made for me because I can't make them myself.
Yeah. Like when we changed schools and all that stuff.
When we changed schools, sober living,
Yeah. But
quitting baseball was my choice.
yeah.
Um,
But is it you have trouble making the difficult choice because you're scared of the results?
I'm afraid of the unknown. I don't know what comes next.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of the unknown. I'm afraid of being alone. I'm afraid of my own thoughts. I'm afraid of just like, it's why I'm always on something. I'm either sleeping, I'm either watching something, I'm either on my phone, I'm either playing video games, I'm talking to somebody. Because being alone with my own thoughts is what scares me. I don't like the voices in my head. The demons sometimes are too strong. That's part of why I did drugs.
Yeah.
And I don't want to talk to those demons sometimes. So I don't. I distract myself with dopamine hits that take the demons away.
Yeah. I thank you for sharing that. I think that a couple things. One, again, the offer for therapy is there.
Yep. I know. It's always been there. It's been there since I was like 18.
Two, I would tell you that greatness is on the other side of the difficult choices.
Yep. There's no success without failure.
It's not just that. Greatness is on the other side of being uncomfortable. Easy has never led anyone to where they want to be. Easy choices, easy paths has never led anyone to their ultimate goals. Difficult choices, taking the tough path, difficult terrain, adversity is what leads you to where you want to be.
Yeah.
And until you're willing to make those choices and leap, you just take the fucking leap.
Mm-hmm. I don't know where the leap leads.
But that's the thing. That's what's the difference between safe and not safe. So you keep picking the safe. I may not like what's next, but at least I know what it is. But if you leap, you can always go back to whatever the fuck you were doing.
If you jump off the ledge, you can't go back to the ledge.
But buddy, that's where everything you want is, on the other side.
But you say that, but I don't know that. Like everyone says that, but sometimes it's not. Like
not every, you're 100% right. Not every jump leads to greatness.
Right.
But you only get to greatness by jumping.
Yeah, but I don't want to have to jump 17 times.
Yeah, but this is the point. That's what life is.
Yeah.
That's what greatness is.
Yeah.
Is continuing to jump. And you ask people who have invested a lot of money, you know what else they've done? Lost a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to be willing to lose to win.
I think sometimes I've lost enough with choices that I've made, and I don't feel like losing more.
So do you think that is how you're going to live it
I hope
from
not.
here on out?
I hope not. It's where I am right now. But I hope that's not how I live for the rest of my life. I used to take risks. More risks than I do now, at least. But yeah, I don't know. Just feeling like mentally stagnant in life, just kind of like coasting on this never-ending peninsula of average.
Well, you're grazing is what you're doing.
Coasting. Yeah.
Yeah. You kind of graze and graze.
Yeah. I know. I'm aware of my lifestyle.
I know you are. Is there anything I can do to help you?
Nope. There's nothing nobody can do to help.
There's nothing nobody?
Nope. Not once, not never.
Not never.
Nope. That's it. No one can change that fact except me. I am the only option and solution.
This is 100% true.
Yeah. I just don't feel like being the solution yet.
Yeah.
That's it. I just don't feel like tackling that problem.
What about therapy? How would you feel about that?
Next question. The 3 months I did therapy, I was the only one talking about things that I already knew.
Yeah, but you just need a different therapist. I do want to just touch base real quick about that thing on my back. Guys, I had a boil on my back that legit looked like something from a cartoon. Like it was like, and we were in the Mall of America. By the way, Bloomington, fucking.
Yeah, great shows. Great.
Holy shit. But we were in the Mall of America, and we went to the mall doctor. By the way, when you're really not feeling well, I don't know why you have less confidence in the mall doctor. You know what I mean? There's something about being a doctor at the mall where you're like,
they're doctors.
I know, but you're next to the Orange Julius.
But
you know?
it doesn't matter.
I know.
They're still they were doctors who had worked in hospitals before and wanted a slower pace of job.
I get it. I'm not saying it's right, but I do judge the mall doctor. She turned out to be great.
She was hilarious.
But she took a knife.
Have you changed the bandage since we've been home?
Yeah, she took a knife to that thing on my back.
It was like a box cutter.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
How much you were watching? How much stuff came out?
Decent amount. Dude, my favorite picture that I took is that after she had released it, or drained it is what she said, there looked like a dead ass dent in your back. That was the best part.
It looked like a deflated basketball.
That is a dent.
Show Matt.
Look at the dent. That's a dent. And Matt did not look happy that he saw that.
Did you show him the full picture?
Nah, I don't really want to do that to him.
Pre-dent?
Not without his consent.
Well, that's nice of you.
Yeah. Consent is important. Consent is very important in all acts of life.
We were gonna get Jacob to pop it because but we couldn't find a face shield because I thought it was, if he was gonna pop it, it would come out. You know when you pop something and it hits the mirror?
Yeah. I'm so glad I didn't, because the way she had to do it.
With a knife?
Yeah. Well,
you know what she said?
She injected you with, you didn't see it, but when she injected you with the lidocaine, the numbing, her forcing more fluid into it forced things out of it. It was crazy. So it was like one of those science fair volcanoes.
Really?
Yeah, where she added something to it. It went, it just shot out. And I was like, oh no.
Dude.
It also would have been so much more painful had I just done it.
Yes, because you would have squeezed from both sides.
Pause.
She, my favorite thing she said was, oh, there's more coming out of here than I thought there was coming.
Yeah. She said that if it forms up again, because there was still more in there, they were
Yeah.
like cysts, that you have to go get somebody else to look at it.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. But it feels better right now.
I bet it does. Has it gone down? I haven't seen it since.
Yeah, it's pretty flat, actually.
Actually,
There was a lot of drainage in the last couple days.
more has come out?
Oh, yeah. The Band-Aid was, I showed your mom. She was not happy.
Yeah. I bet.
Unhappy, I think is a better way of putting it.
I bet.
Disgusted, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That first bandage I took off was not nice.
No, it
And what I threw away in the green room was gross.
Oh.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Oh. But I know people have been asking where the video is. We couldn't let Jacob pop it. The doctor was like, you're so...
And the doctor wouldn't let me film it.
Yes.
By the way, I think you should have just been straight up. The fact that you were like, my wife needs to see the video of it.
Here's what I was pretty sure of. For insurance purposes, in case something goes wrong, she doesn't want us. I didn't want to make her feel pressure. She's just trying to do her job. She's not trying to be on the internet, you know?
I get that.
So,
But she would have been a fucking
she was
killer.
funny.
She was super funny. If we had just had her talking in the background, she was super
Her
funny.
walking into the room and I was posed looking over my shoulder. And
Yeah.
She just walked in. She went, okay.
You know, she went, oh, hello.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Super funny.
Yeah, she was super funny.
Tell everybody about the dates we got coming up.
Oh, I got to pull them up because we got a whole bunch of things.
February 26th in Bloomington, Illinois, 27th in Hobart, Indiana, 28th and the 1st in Janesville, Wisconsin. Those shows are already sold out.
Are we in, we in 3 different cities this week?
Yeah, still tickets in Bloomington, still a few in Hobart. The week after, we are in Denver, Colorado, Downtown Comedy Works, 6th through the 8th. The Mushroom Show in Denver on Friday Late Show is going to be bananas. Week after that, we are in Fort Worth, Texas with our friend Sarah Lawrence.
For the week before my birthday.
13th to the 15th, Mushroom Show on Friday, also Friday Night Late Show. The week after that, we're in Baltimore at Magoobies. And then, guys, first show already almost sold out for the taping of my special in Nashville. April 2nd. I know it's a school night, so we're doing the shows early, 7 and 9 o'clock.
Are you filming 2?
2.
Oh.
I'm going to do two sets. I did 2 in, Vancouver. I just only used 1.
Right.
So we will film 2. Incredible guests coming in to sing with me. It's going to be an hour of just new music plus some stand-up. If you want to know kind of what you're in for, go watch Here for the Fun on YouTube. It is like a backyard hang, guys. Basically, it's like sitting around a campfire with some friends and fucking around. So you're definitely going to want to get tickets to that if you're in the area. April 2nd, comedianjoshwolf.com for all tickets and tour dates. Comedian Josh Wolf or Josh Wolf Comedy on all social media platforms, and Jacob.
Yeah, it's Jake Wolf on TikTok, Jake_Wolf on Instagram. I did just post something on both pages, but it's the same thing, and I'll just say it one more time. Peeps suck. If you like peeps, you're wrong. That's it. ComedianJoshua.com for tour dates and tickets. That's it. He did his whole spiel that I usually do, and that's all I got for you guys. So, as always, do something nice for someone today. Tell somebody you love them. Later.
Hey, if you like this podcast you just watched, you're going to love the one I'm popping up in your face right now. Check it out.